Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the blueprint for an absolute masterpiece, an ultra-premium, 40-minute cinematic documentary pitch capturing the biggest sporting event on the planet. We're looking at a master prompt basically designed to create a jaw-dropping Netflix or National Geographic-style documentary about the FIFA World Cup. It's all about combining that top-tier, Hollywood-level production quality with the raw, unfiltered emotion of global football.
Our journey starts with a seriously powerful opening narration. Picture this. The film opens with a breathtaking view of planet Earth from space, at night. As stadium lights begin to flick on across continents, a deep, cinematic voice delivers this exact quote. It sets this monumental, epic tone right from the very first second, especially as massive orchestral music swells and that iconic golden trophy slowly emerges from the darkness.
Okay, here's our cinematic roadmap for today. We'll be walking through 6 key chapters: the ultimate cinematic vision, the birth and global evolution of the sport, legends and iconic moments, the global heartbeat, behind the spectacle, and finally, the grand finale. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The ultimate cinematic vision, setting the standard.
Now, what's really wild here is the sheer scale of the technical specs. We're talking ultra-realistic 8K HDR, IMAX framing, Dolby Vision, the whole shebang. It demands a totally visceral experience. And the audio? It's powered by a Hans Zimmer-style orchestra, heavy massive percussion, and soaring stadium chants. All of this comes together to create an environment of floating golden particles and dramatic lighting. Honestly, just thinking about the budget for a production of this magnitude is enough to make you sweat.
Moving right along to Section 2, birth and global evolution, tracing the roots.
So we start off in the historic streets of the early 1900s. We see crowds in period clothing, hear the heavy thud of old leather footballs, and watch grand steamships carrying national teams across the oceans. Then the timeline just accelerates. The pitch calls for these beautiful, fast-paced transitions through the decades. Black and white footage of families huddled around crackling radios transforms right before your eyes into the dazzling modern spectacle of Ultra HD smartphones, giant glowing city screens, and millions roaring inside packed mega stadiums.
Next up is Section 3, Legends and Iconic Moments, the Emotional Core.
The crucial focus here is all about ultra-realistic cinematic recreations. The prompt explicitly calls for slow-motion tunnel entrances of football icons, dramatic close-ups of sweat, and fans crying with joy. You know, this is exactly how you grab an audience's heartstrings. You capture the exact micro moments, from those impossible saves to agonizing penalty shootouts and incredible underdog victories. It's those specific moments that cause commentators to just scream in excitement and entire cities to celebrate straight through the night.
Section 4, the global heartbeat, uniting humanity.
This part of the journey literally takes us through every single continent. It pairs the rhythmic energy of Brazilian samba and African drum performances directly alongside the deep-rooted passion of Argentine football culture and those massive European fan festivals. It's such a deliberate, brilliant choice to highlight how incredibly different, unique cultures all celebrate the exact same underlying passion. And we see that passion everywhere. We see children dreaming of becoming champions playing in the dense favelas of Brazil, the vast deserts of Africa, the towering mountains of Europe, and the crowded, bustling city streets of Asia. This powerfully connects the grassroots dreams of kids across incredibly diverse global landscapes directly to the ultimate quest of becoming a world champion.
Let's step out of the stands for Section 5, Behind the Spectacle, the world's biggest event.
Here, the documentary blueprint demands exclusive access to the immense logistical machinery hidden behind the world's biggest spectacle. We're talking sweeping drone flyovers of newly constructed mega stadiums, complex global media coverage, and super high-stakes security operations. But the true genius of this prompt is how it balances that massive scale with sheer intimacy. It wants to capture quiet, tense team arrivals and those emotionally charged locker room speeches right before the players step onto the pitch.
And that brings us to Section 6, the grand finale, the ultimate dream.
You can practically feel the Hollywood-level cinematography in this sequence. It starts by setting the atmosphere, 100,000 fans singing national anthems under a golden sunset. Then, the biggest match on Earth begins, and extreme cinematic slow motion captures every single tackle, pass, and save. When that final whistle blows, champions fall to their knees in tears, crowds explode, fireworks illuminate the sky, and golden confetti rains down as the captain lifts the trophy. It is pure, unadulterated sensory overload.
As the celebrations peak, that deep-voiced, cinematic narrator from the beginning returns to wrap up the masterpiece with these profound words. It perfectly elevates the event from a mere sporting tournament into historical legend, reminding us that this is a true generational event where dreams become reality.
After all the noise, the screaming crowds, and the fireworks, the screen fades. The golden FIFA World Cup trophy stands completely alone beneath a single golden spotlight against a pitch-black background. It's an incredibly striking final visual that burns a lasting, triumphant image into the viewer's mind before the title card hits. From Ultra HD cameras capturing sweeping stadiums down to the raw tears of a single fan in the stands, this is exactly how you build a global cinematic masterpiece. So, it leaves us with one massive question. If you were in the director's chair, which unforgettable, world-stopping football moment would you feature as the ultimate climax? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Now go out and find your own stories to tell.